So right now we are standing in pre-op holding. All this area is for our main casualty receiving area. This is where we triage any casualties that we get. The USS Bataan is a casualty receiving ship. That means if something were to happen, something pops up, we are the ship that will respond and will receive the casualties and treat them as needed. Okay? We have 4 functioning ORs on board. We have a 15-bed ICU and a 42-bed ward. We also have an entire Marine crew berthing past the ward that has over 200 beds, so we can house a lot of casualties on board if we needed to. Besides the hospital ships, the Comfort and the Mercy, we are the most equipped ship on, the most equipped class of ship on the waterfront to handle and deal with casualties as well. So what will happen is if we get a casualty from the flight deck, that elevator behind you guys, that elevator is very important for us, and we like to have it working at all times. In case that a casualty comes from somewhere else, they fly them on, comes down from the flight deck, straight to medical, right back to the main battle dressing station, which we have 4 of on board. We have the flight deck battle dressing station, we have the main one in medical, we have the forward battle dressing station, what is that? Most forward end of the part of the ship, and then back in the hangar bay where you guys just came from, there's another one all the way in the aft part of the ship. So we have 4 battle dressing stations that we man up during general quarters. So if you guys would like to follow me, I'll show you the main BDS and the 4 ORs and the ICU. And if anybody has any questions throughout the entire tour, please just ask me, I'll be able to help you. We're over in 5th place, so we're in the Middle East. We were kind of just out there floating around because COVID hit and we weren't allowed to go on any port visits. So it's great. It's a good time. All right. And we usually have the ship's company when we're in port or just going on underways, it's just us. We usually operate off that bed, but when we deploy, we take on a fleet surgical team and a MU, so a Marine Expeditionary Unit. So that means all of the Marines and their corpsmen will come on board with them, as well as their doctors, and then the FST or the fleet surgical team will bring on a surgeon plus an entire surgical team with them. They have a CNI and a nurse anesthetist as well, so we can do surgery, we can treat casualties as we need. The only thing we are kind of limited to is we can't do brain surgery on board. So those types of casualties we would actually have to medevac, get them off of the ship. So during general quarters, we set condition zebra, so we make sure that's set. We basically just shut off all of the outside water. We're gonna, if the power goes out, we make sure all these battle lanterns up here are unplugged so we can still see our patients, because you know, our job, the patient is the main priority, the main concern, right? We have an entire airway cart over here, an entire crash cart full of medication over there. So we are fully equipped to deal with anything that we need. We also can receive blood products from our lab. We have 3 blood freezers where we can get all of our blood products from as well. And we also have a walking blood bank that we can activate in the event of a mass casualty on board the ship. So pretty much if it can happen, we can plan for it and combat it and prevent it from happening and getting worse. Yes? He's gonna make it. If I'm here, he'll be alright. Yes.
How many sailors are on this ship and how many are part of the medical team?
So on board the ship right now, we have 1,011 sailors. And then for corpsmen, we are pretty undermanned right now. I think we only have about 15. We're supposed to have 32. So both our people are coming. They'll be here around June or August timeframe. But we have a good crew, very knowledgeable people, and we can still handle anything that throw at us. So I am a hospital corpsman, so not a nurse, not a doctor, but
paramedic, right?
pretty much, yeah. We just wanted to set up to show you guys what it would look like if we were doing our procedure and what it looks like before and after we were to break down with no patient in there. So, like I said, we do take on a general surgeon from the fleet surgical team when we do deploy, but we are limited to, like, we can't do brain surgery. But Last deployment, I think we did 87 cases with no mishaps, full recovery, no incidents, nothing. So very, very good crew from last deployment. They always are. They do good. And so they'll come in here, they get work done, very severe. We're going to take them right into one of these ORs, and they're going to already have it prepped, ready to go, because we're already going to get the call that they're coming in. If there's a mass casualty, we triage our patients in 4 categories. So we have your minimal casualties, which we tag with green tags, your delayed, which is your yellow, your immediates, which are your reds, and your black tags are your expectants. And when I do training, a lot of people always tell me, oh, like the black tag, that means they're dead. No, it doesn't mean they're dead. It just means they're probably going to die. At that point, we separate them from everybody else, and then the chaplain takes over and makes them comfortable. We'll give them pain medication so they can die in peace. But immediate casualties will come straight back to the OR if it's open. If it's not open, and our OR is full, and the surgeon and his team are preoccupied with one patient already, they go into the main BDS where our SMO, and then my team will take over and we work on them. And then the room we were out in first, that is where all the other casualties will go. And we have another doctor, our general medical officer, who works out there with some of our chiefs, and they took over. We only received one casualty last deployment. It was a guy who dropped the hatch on his leg, and that was really it. Their ship was a destroyer, so they couldn't really, it was an IDC and 2 other corpsmen. They didn't really have the facilities to handle it, so they come here. Pretty much when we're deployed with our ARG, so the group of ships we go out with, we're the most equipped ship, so anything that their team can't handle, they're going to come here. We're the nearest medical facility. And depending on who we're around and what area of operation we're in, we really don't want to send them to a shore facility, so they're going to come here. It's closer. Would it benefit the patient to go to a shore facility because it's closer, or would they come here? And like I said, and depending on where we're at, maybe the shore facility, it's closer, but maybe they're not too friendly, so they're going to come here anyway. Alright, so this is our ICU. Yeah, okay. This is our ICU. I'm going to go over it pretty briefly. Tour guide is telling me to kind of pick it up. I like talking about my job because I love my job. So, but we have 15 beds in here total. So after we stabilize the patient will come in here, and then we will monitor them. So the fleet surgical team, they bring other corpsmen on as well, and then they just monitor the patient. We man up a watch. If any patient is in here, we watch them overnight, change out IV lines, give them medication as we need, assist them to do whatever they need. We're just here for the patient at that point, making sure that they're comfortable, they got whatever they need. I mean, we had some patients that would come in here for surgery, they come back into surgery, and then, we just take care of them. So, but thank you guys for your time. You guys have a great day, and I hope you enjoy.
I think we should have that row. We should have that. Yeah.
I can't really see. Yeah, that's
Is that good?
Yeah. Put the
And
mic a
don't
little
put
lower.
and don't get me in it. This is just her.
Yeah, I know. Put the mic a little lower. Yeah.
Good.
You got to be baby getting in and out of this. Yeah, it's a technique. Thank you. There you go. See that practice? What? I still have to. Oh! How do you get it? I've had it for about 2 years. Yeah. Ooh! No, it's not really good. I think it's stuck in a ditch. Yep. Yeah, both the TSS and the gun can move to my eyeball. Yep. 20mm Gatling gun. Can hold 652 rounds. Yeah, we have night vision goggles and this FLIR. It really depends on what we're doing. Oh, okay. It's not even rock. Huh? back, you can work all the systems, all the weapon systems. We max around 250.
All right, guys. That's about
Okay.
It's the Navy's version of the Black Hawk. We've added a few things to make it a little better than theirs. Primary mission for us is going to be search and rescue. I got a rescue sailor right there and myself. The pilot is right there. What we can do is if someone either falls off the ship or even civilians, if a sailboat turns over in the ocean, anything, we'll get a call. We can dress out into wetsuit and attire to be able to get in the water. We're going to come down and we'll jump out. And then we'll basically go rescue them. We can use the hoist to come back up. That's our primary mission. We can also do passenger transfers. We can transfer cargo. We can also work with Navy SEALs, all that kind of stuff for their kind of support. Work with them to be able to do what their job is. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you're inside, also let us know.
These things are meant to carry a lot of weight. They can externally lift up to 36,000 pounds. East Coast and the West Coast, so I'm not sure exactly. So this aircraft came out in, I think it started testing in 1980, and then it was fully unveiled in 1985. So she's pretty old. Yes, this is a very old aircraft. Yeah, this aircraft's been around for a while, but there's been.
This guy is my fault.
Yeah.
Actually, Lauren, what are you going to be doing? Nice. My apologies. My God, this jacket is good. It's okay. You're not ready over there. She's doing that. It's okay.
Yeah, one of the firefighter groups was like, look at that, it's dying laughing. You would get killed together.
My blues are ready.
So we'll take 45.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a good time already. Yeah, first time for you or you've been here before? In New York?
First time in New York, yes sir.
keeps them enjoying it. So.
Yeah.
Time to explore.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good time.
Good. Enjoy New York.
Reminder, all participants for the Bataan Memorial Show on the quarterdeck with Lieutenant Booker.
You guys saw that one?
Assemble all Chief Petty officers in the Chief's Run at 1300.
Next we have to go.
They got some age to them, but still work. I mean, these things are about, the one that's out there right now is 52 years old. Can't tell. They take good care of them. Huey's been around for a really long time, a general purpose, troop transport, that medical, evac, special operations, stuff like that. And then the Seahawk, which is like the Navy's version of the Black Hawk, okay? It's what we use for resupplying at sea, search and rescue swimmers, submarine detection, all kinds of business. The air crew out there is really good. They get really good at explaining what they do. They go very in depth. You'll also be able to see our weapons platforms that we have on the air on this platform, this ship. So we've got a rolling airframe missile launching system at the top on the right there. We've got the Phalanx, what people also call the Sea Whiz. All right, shoots like 1,000 rounds of shoots. Something crazy.
3,200 rounds per
Yeah. It's literally, it just lays down a giant blanket of bullets and hits whatever's in the way. And then we have Sea Sparrow, surface-to-air missile launching systems, and 25mm gun mounts. That's not counting the 50 caliber machine guns, M240s, and stuff that the actual personnel use. These are what are built onto the ship that are shot by the ship. All right, but at the same time,